Welcome back to Oxford 4000 Essential English Words, episode 52. I'm your host, Emma.
And I'm Frank, your learning partner on this journey. Emma, you seem to be in a particularly good mood today.
I am. I just finished a fantastic book and it's put a real spring in my step. How about you, Frank? Ready to dive into some new words?
Absolutely. I've got my notebook and pen ready. So, what's on the menu for today? What words are we conquering?
An excellent question. Today we'll be tackling aged rabbit graduate complex, namely touch, entry, advertise, slide, and surge.
Wow, that's quite a mix. We've got animals, actions, and some pretty abstract concepts. This should be interesting. I'm especially curious about complex and surge.
You've got a good ear for the tricky ones. We'll break them all down, but before we get into our word by word deep dive, we want to give a huge thank you to our listeners.
That's right. If you're enjoying our show, please take a moment to save this episode, give us a like, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on new words. Sharing with your friends helps us a ton and allows us to create more polished episodes for you.
Exactly. Your support means the world to us. Now, are you ready for our first word, Frank?
Ready as I'll ever be. Let's start with aged.
Perfect. Aged, spelled aged, is an adjective that means very old. In Chinese, we might say 年老的.
So it's just for people, like my grandfather is an aged man?
That's a primary use, yes, but it can also be used for things that have been allowed to mature over time to improve their quality. Think of food or drink.
Oh, right, like aged cheese or aged wine. I get it. The process makes it better, or at least more distinguished.
Precisely. Let's make a couple of sentences. For the old person meaning, you could say, the aged couple walked hand in hand through the park.
That's a sweet image. And for the matured meaning, how about this steakhouse is famous for its beef, which is aged for 28 days?
An excellent and very specific example. You see how it describes a process. It's not just old, it's intentionally matured. Let's hop to our next word, which, speaking of hopping, is rabbit.
A rabbit. Okay, that one seems straightforward. A small furry animal with long ears. The Chinese is tuzi. Is there a catch?
No catch on the definition, but it's often used in idioms. For example, to pull a rabbit out of a hat means to do something surprising and seemingly impossible.
Ah, like a magician. So if my boss is asking for impossible results, I could say, what do you want me to do? Pull a rabbit out of a hat?
You could, but maybe say it with a smile. Let's make some simple sentences. First, the literal one. My daughter has a pet rabbit named Fluffy.
Cute. And for the idiom, the team was about to lose, but the new player scored 2 goals in the last minute. He really pulled a rabbit out of his hat.
Perfect use of the idiom. Now for a word many of our listeners are aiming to be.
Graduate. Spelled graduate. This is a verb meaning to complete your studies at a university or school, or the noun for a person who has done this. In Chinese, it's 毕业 or 毕业生.
Exactly. As a verb, you graduate from a place. As a noun, you are a graduate of that place.
So I could say, I will graduate from university next year. And then, once I do, I can say, I am a recent graduate looking for a job.
You've got it. Let's make that official. Sentence one. She plans to graduate with a degree in economics.
And sentence 2, the company is hiring several new graduates for their training program. It shows both forms beautifully, from the world of school to something that can make school feel very hard, complex.
A very smooth transition, Frank. Complex, spelled complex, is an adjective meaning something with many different and connected parts, making it difficult to understand. The Chinese would be 复杂的.
Like a complex math problem or a complex machine. My car's engine is definitely complex to me. I look under the hood and just see a bunch of wires.
That's a perfect example of a complex system. It can also describe situations or ideas. For instance, international politics is a very complex subject.
I see. So it's not just about physical things. A relationship can be complex too.
Yes, absolutely. Let's try a sentence. The instructions for assembling the furniture were so complex that I had to ask for help.
I've been there. And another one, he has a complex understanding of the financial markets. That implies a deep and detailed level of knowledge.
Well said. Now, for a word that helps us explain complex things.
Namely, namely. This one feels like a word I should know, but I'm not 100% sure how to use it correctly. It feels formal.
It is a bit formal, but very useful. It's an adverb used to introduce more specific details or names for something you just mentioned. It means 也就是 or 即.
Ah, so it's like saying, for example, or to be specific. If I say I have 2 favorite hobbies, namely reading and hiking,
That is exactly how you use it. It specifies what those hobbies are. It connects a general statement to the specific items. Let's do another one.
How about this? 3 students were chosen for the award, namely John, Mary, and David.
Perfect. It's a great word for making your writing and speaking more precise. Let's move on to our next word, touch. Touch.
Okay, the basic meaning is to physically feel something with your hand, which in Chinese is 触摸. But I have a feeling there's more to it.
You're right. It can also mean to get in contact with someone, as in get in touch. Or it can refer to an emotional effect, like a story that touches your heart.
So many meanings. Let's see. A physical one. The sign says, do not touch the artwork.
A classic museum rule. Now for the contact meaning.
I need to get in touch with my old friend to see how he's doing.
Great. And for the emotional meaning,
The sad movie really touched me. I couldn't stop crying.
that covers the main uses perfectly, from touching something to making an entry. Our next word is entry.
Entry. Entry. This seems related to entering a place, right? The Chinese could be 入口 or 项目.
Correct on both counts. An entry can be a door or gate where you enter. It can also be an item written in a list, a diary, or a competition.
So, the front door of my house is the main entry. But if I submit a story to a writing contest, that story is also my entry?
Exactly. Let's build sentences. First, the physical entrance. Please use the rear entry, as the front door is being painted.
Ah, got it. And for the competition meaning, her photo was the winning entry in the photography contest. This word is more versatile than I thought.
It is. Speaking of contests, you usually need to advertise them. And that brings us to our next word, advertise. Advertise.
This means to promote a product or service to the public, right? To tell people about it so they buy it. The Chinese is 为做广告.
That's the one. Companies advertise their products on TV, on the internet, and in magazines.
So a sentence could be, the company will advertise its new phone on all major social media platforms.
A very modern and accurate sentence. It can also be used more broadly, for example, to advertise a job opening.
Oh, right. Like, they decided to advertise the manager position online and in the local newspaper.
Perfect. You've got it. Now, from actively promoting something to a more passive motion, slide.
Slide, slide. As a verb, it means to move smoothly along a surface, like 滑动 in Chinese. And as a noun, it can be a structure with a smooth, sloping surface for children to play on, or a single page of a presentation.
You've covered all the key meanings. Let's practice. First, the movement.
I watched the kids slide down the snowy hill on their sleds.
A fun winter image. Now for the presentation meaning.
The presenter moved to the next slide to show the quarterly sales figures.
Excellent. You're making this look easy. One last word for today, surge. Surge.
This is one I was curious about. It sounds powerful. I think it means a sudden, large increase, like a 激增 or 涌动 in Chinese.
That's a fantastic description. It can be a surge of electricity, a surge of water, or even a surge of emotion. It implies a sudden, forceful rush forward or upward.
So I could say, after the new policy was announced, there was a surge in applications.
Yes, a sudden increase. You can also use it for feelings. For example, he felt a sudden surge of anger.
I see. It's that sudden and powerful quality that defines it. This is a great word. I feel a surge of confidence after learning these 10 words.
So glad to hear that. Why don't we put that confidence to the test? Let's try to use all 10 words in a short scenario dialogue.
Let's do it. What's the scene?
Let's imagine we are two friends discussing a new exclusive club. I'll start. Did you hear about that new club, The Graduate? They advertise it as a place for ambitious young professionals.
I did, but I heard getting in is a complex process. Apparently, the main entry is hidden behind a painting of an aged man holding a rabbit.
You're kidding. That sounds like something out of a movie. So you have to touch the rabbit in the painting to open the door?
Namely, it's Little Cottontail. After you do that, you have to solve a puzzle on a screen. You have to slide the pieces into the correct order.
That is incredibly elaborate. I wonder if it's worth it.
Well, they say it's amazing inside. There was a huge surge in membership applications last week, and the website crashed.
Wow. It sounds both stressful and intriguing. Did you see all the words we used?
I did. We had graduate, advertise, complex, entry, aged, rabbit, touch, namely slide, and surge. That was a fun way to review.
I thought so too. Now, let's switch gears and challenge our listeners with some practice. Frank, would you do the honors?
With pleasure. This is our Chinese to English practice segment. I will say a sentence in Chinese that uses some of the words we learned today. Your job, our dear listeners, is to translate it into English. I'll give you a countdown from 5. Ready? Here is the first sentence. 那个刚毕业的年轻人解决了一个复杂的难题，我们应该为他的成就做广告。
A great sentence to start with. Okay, listeners, you've got this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Emma, what are some good answers?
Well, a direct translation could be that young man who just graduated solved a complex problem, and we should advertise his achievement.
Nice and clear. I might also say the recent graduate solved a complex puzzle. We should publicize what he accomplished, using publicize as a synonym for advertise.
An excellent alternative. Both capture the meaning perfectly. Ready for another one, Frank?
You bet. Here's the second sentence. Try this one. 随着广告的播出，网站的入场申请出现了激增，你最好和他们取得联系。
Ooh, this one is good. It connects a few ideas. Go on, listeners, give it your best shot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you think, Emma?
For that one, I would suggest following the advertisement, there was a surge in entry applications on the website. You had better get in touch with them.
That's a great natural sounding answer. I might have phrased it slightly differently, like, there was a surge of entries to the site after the ad ran, so you should probably touch base with them. Using touch base as a more casual way to say get in touch.
Another fantastic option. It really shows how you can play with the phrasing. Okay, let's do one more to make sure we've used our words.
My thoughts exactly. Last one, everyone. Here it is. 在那个古老的谷仓里，一只兔子跳过了一个写着禁止入内的牌子，即那里唯一的入口。
A little story this time. I like it. Take your time, listeners.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Emma, bring us home.
A lovely sentence. I would translate it as in the aged barn, a rabbit jumped over a sign that said no entry, namely the only way in.
That's perfect. It uses aged for the barn, and namely to clarify what the sign was protecting. I might also say a rabbit hopped past a no entry sign in the aged barn, which was in fact the only entry point. In fact, works similarly to namely there.
Brilliant. Great job, everyone. We hope that practice was helpful.
That was a fantastic session. I feel like I have a much better handle on those 10 words now.
I'm so glad. And we have more great words coming your way in our next episode. We'll be looking at reflect, few, according, with, overtake, example, complete, resignation, kill, and amusing.
Ooh, overtake and resignation sound very useful. I can't wait. A huge thank you to everyone listening today. Your support is what keeps this podcast going.
It truly is. If you found this episode helpful, please remember to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone else who is learning English. And hitting that notification bell means you'll be the first to know when our next episode drops.
We covered a lot today, from aged cheese to complex websites and a surge of applications. I think I'm ready for a break.
You've earned it, Frank. Thanks again for your excellent questions and examples. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us. Keep practicing, and we'll see you next time on Oxford 4000 Essential English Words.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.